Good morning, everyone. Here with your morning entertainment is DIllon Vogt.
Oh boy.
Scott, Lisa, thank you for joining us on this Wednesday morning, June 28th. I want to remind you before we jump into more of a high-flying forecast with DIllon. How about that? We make this into a podcast after we're done. So you can find that at inform.com/podcast. Look for Inform Minute. Of course, live on Facebook in the morning. You can watch it anytime on your feed. And you can also find us on our Inform YouTube channel. And you can find DIllon flying through the air with his forecast.
Jumping. I'm not going to jump again. But I did the first time. I hid behind Scott. You guys couldn't see me.
Did not even think you were here.
No idea. Jeez. But I'm here. Surprise. Okay.
Surprise. Okay, give us your surprise forecast.
The surprise forecast. The forecast isn't a surprise.
It's not a surprise.
It's something you knew about last week, or even earlier on yesterday, because we talked about the forecast. But today, similar as yesterday, mostly cloudy throughout the morning, especially in northern Minnesota, where there actually are a few rain showers falling right now. Turning sunny, and where it turns sunny, which is much of North Dakota, much of the valley, and western Minnesota. Could be a few pop-up storms later on today. A couple could be on strong to severe side, but not a big severe weather outbreak. Just a couple of storms, kind of like yesterday. The day before, we had a handful of storms that got severe. Yep. Like Devil's Lake, they picked up over 2.5 inches of rain. There's some big hail up near parts of that area too, Devil's Lake Basin. Okay. So that is a possibility. Once again today with any storm that does develop, but probably about a handful of severe warnings I'm expecting by the end of the day. Okay. So not a big severe weather day.
All right, but
otherwise,
chances there.
It is chances there. Yes, okay. Yes.
And then better.
Yeah, mostly sunny throughout tomorrow through pretty much the weekend. There is a chance of thunderstorms Monday, but after that, temperatures cool off a little bit into the mid 80s. Otherwise, a couple more chances of rumbles. But the weekend right now looks really nice. Friday through Sunday, temperatures warming up to the upper 80s, low 90s, which is probably too hot for a lot of people, but if you're going to be at the lake, which I know a lot of people probably are planning on doing that, it's going to be pretty nice. So
lake, pool, sprinkler.
Yeah.
Just be by some water.
Pretty much water bottle. Just
yes.
You're going to need that to drink.
Make sure. Are you guys hydrating when you're out golfing on these hot days?
Always. Okay. Always hydrating. Always hydrating. Don't worry about us.
I was going to say, early in the golfing season, you guys kept coming back with sunburn. So it's like, you're not putting your sunscreen on, but you are hydrating.
Yep.
So,
now our skin is conditioned.
Oh, nice.
Sun.
Okay.
So we're good.
Good.
All right.
I think that's all I have.
All right. Thank you, DIllon.
All right. We do have a lot of breaking news this morning. Several breaking news stories. Start with the biggest one, perhaps. Breaking news out of rural Minnesota. We now know the NTSB is investigating a plane crash that happened near Crookston. WDAY has also confirmed one person is dead. The NTSB tweeted around 6:30 this morning that they're now actively investigating the accident. We had a live look of that crash scene this morning. You could see the plane. It was flipped upside down, clearly significant damage to it. It was laying in what looked like a field to me. It happened just south of Crookston between Climax and Beltrami, Minnesota, just before 9 o'clock last night. So we found out about it pretty much overnight. The Polk County Sheriff's Office says that it was an agricultural plane that crashed there. The pilot was found dead inside. He was the only one in the plane at the time of the crash.
Also breaking, this story out of Moorhead from overnight. We're trying to learn why the SWAT team swarmed an apartment complex on 18th Street South. That's an area kind of close to the MSU Moorhead football field. We had a news crew out there from WDAY. We could see on the video the SWAT team going throughout the building. Of course, at night, we could see what was going on when the lights were on. We did reach out, ask Moorhead Police what's going on. They're saying all questions have to go to the Moorhead BCA. We reached out to the BCA. They are declining to comment right now and said that they were not ready because of an ongoing investigation. They wouldn't tell us exactly who they were looking for or why they thought that person was in that building. But of course, we're going to continue tracking that story for you because it was quite the presence with the SWAT team going in. Even after the SWAT team left, other agents were still inside going through and taking pictures. So something happened or something is connected to that building. Yes.
All right, more breaking news for you this morning, this time out of Fargo overnight. Investigators are now working to determine the cause of a garage fire they think probably was set on purpose. Firefighters were called around 10:30 last night to an apartment complex on 42nd Street South. It was next to the Century Cinema movie theater. When crews got there, they found a very small fire burning along a board that connects 4 garages. 2 of the garages were empty. 2 of the garages had stuff in them, but we're told nothing was damaged other than the boards and the drywall. Damage estimates are about $250. Fargo Fire tells us the garages do not have electricity, so there are burn marks in several spots around the garages away from the fire, indicating that it might have been started in multiple spots.
New this morning, we're learning more on 2 bicyclists who were hurt. 2 of the people in this bicycling group that they're actually riding from Texas to Alaska. We know that they were hit when they were going through North Dakota. It happened yesterday in Barnes County.
Yeah.
Both of the riders were taken to the hospital in Valley City. This morning on First News, we did show you video of that group because just this week, our very own WDAY news reporter Kevin Wallivan did a story on that group when they were passing through Fargo. They're raising money for cancer awareness. When the bikers were hit, the driver initially took off, according to authorities, but he was later arrested, and this morning we're learning he is 88-year-old Peter Schuck of Sanborn. At this point, he's facing a misdemeanor charge, but we're going to track that story for you and see if any additional charges are added.
Yeah, and find out the condition of the bicycle riders as well. All right now, police are searching for a 4th person involved in a high-speed chase that lasted close to 40 minutes. It started in Valley City, North Dakota, when an officer tried to pull over a truck with 4 people inside of it. The truck then took off towards I-94, going more than 100 miles an hour. The chase finally ended near Marion, North Dakota. Officers say the car drove around a road closed sign on, I think, a gravel road. From the video we had, showed it a gravel road, then went into a lake. The people jumped out, tried to run away. 3 of them were arrested. All 3 of that were arrested are waking up in jail this morning. They're facing reckless endangerment charges. Officers are asking for the public's help finding that 4th person involved in this case. If you have any information about who that could be or where they are, you are asked to call the Barnes County Sheriff's Office.
A Grand Forks man is facing charges this morning, accused of stabbing another man. 48-year-old Eldry Lane is in jail for aggravated assault. Police say it happened around 5 o'clock last night, just a few blocks west of Grand Forks Central High School. The victim was taken to the hospital. We are still working to learn his condition for you. Police do say the 2 men know each other.
Right now, the FBI is joining the manhunt for a suspected killer. They're searching for 40-year-old Michael Crowd. He is accused of gunning down David Hanks, who's his cousin, at point-blank range while inside his car. Even though Crowd is still on the run, he has been formally charged with second-degree murder. Investigators believe he is likely still on the White Earth Reservation, or he could be hiding in the Twin Cities. Anyone with information about where he could be is asked to call police, and they're warning anyone who is helping him avoid the law will face charges themselves.
And right now, we're working to find out what is being done to identify the torso of a man that is at the center of a lawsuit filed against Sanford Health. We talked about this yesterday. We've had just massive coverage here on WDAY on Inforum.com on this story. Waiting for maybe a possible countersuit from Sanford Health, because Sanford Health is being sued by another company, as we've been reporting. A medical waste company is suing Sanford. Monarch's CEO says Sanford delivered a torso of an older adult man just from the knees up, about 200 pounds, with no arms or head. These are all new details that we learned through some of the court documents. We're also told that when workers from Monarch found the torso, the body was still wearing underwear. Some of the body parts have been packed underneath the torso, all stuffed into the same container. The lawsuit also accuses Sanford then of having people sneak in to take the torso back. The accusations against Sanford Health all outlined in the 19-page complaint that was filed in Cass County Court. You can read that complaint. That is posted along with the story. It seems like I told you a lot of the new there's so much more to the story. So Inforum.com, you can read that. A lot of speculation on what's going on here, what's happening. But of course, a big question this morning is whose body? Whose body was it? So we're going to continue tracking that for you with team coverage on that story.
All right, Hot Mic, you can watch it from 9 to 11 this morning on WDAY Extra and Inforum.com. The Twins dropped another game to the Braves last night, losing 6-2. But the Angels, Shohei Ohtani, hit 2 home runs, en route to also striking out 10 players on the other team. So that's an incredible performance. I'm sure Dom's going to talk about that on Hot Mic. You can watch it on WDAY Extra and Inforum.com.
And talking about Inforum.com, a great time to get your subscription right now. 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. Just go to Inforum.com/subscribe to get that deal.
And we're going to have updates on all of these breaking news stories throughout the day on our newscast. Our next newscast is at 11 o'clock this morning. Then we got you covered as well this afternoon, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. So stick with us both on air and online. We'll be back with First News tomorrow morning from 5 to 7.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.